Well, an early morning start here in Peru. You can see behind us the military plane that's going to take us to Bolivia, but Peru has given us some great action, Alex.
Peru has been absolutely fantastic. Next stop, Bolivia. We have made it to Bolivia, or more specifically La Paz, which is the capital of Bolivia, and actually that means peace. But this is far from peaceful. The streets are full of hustle and bustle as everyone is excitedly waiting for the Dakar. And another fact for you, we're actually at altitudes of not far off Everest Base Camp level.
That's right. The guys today will experience a maximum altitude of over 4,700 meters out on the stage today. Incredibly testing conditions. They'll also pass by the shores of Lake Titicaca, the highest body of water in the world. 312 kilometers of special stage today. An incredible fight on in the bikes and the cars. Here's the best of the action from stage 6. It's a long run from Arequipa in Peru to La Paz in Bolivia. All categories covering 312 kilometers of special stage, but a total, including road section, of 758 today. In the bikes, it was Antoine Meo's turn to set the pace on his KTM. In some incredibly challenging conditions, a mega final sector saw Meo steal the stage victory from Toby Price. At waypoint 8, Price was leading the stage 6 seconds ahead of Meo and 15 clear of Kevin Benavides, but he dropped back, eventually sharing second place with Benavides, who now leads the bike category overall, nearly 2 minutes clear of Adrian van Beveren in second. Toby, tough day today. You were leading up to waypoint 8, absolutely smashing it out there. Just first of all, talk us through the stage.
Yeah, it was all going good in that first part. Yeah, we're pretty much leading up to 20 or 40 kilometers there from the end, and yeah.
On the last part, I kill him. Was muddy, I know, I kill him. The king of the desert in the mud is not good.
Hey, alligators love playing in the mud, so it's yeah, he's come through.
I play with my limit because I say if I crash, can I land on the mud? Sure, after he take me with my ass. So I was lucky.
It was a great final sector. Where did that come from, Antoine?
I was pushing hard because I know then the kangaroo want to catch the victory. And when I see on the last part then was raining, I start to push more. And really, sometimes I play a little bit with the limit, but was so nice to ride. And I'm sorry, king of the desert.
It's all right. I'll let you have one, mate. It's all
but
good.
he give me back in 2 days, really hard. So
we'll kill him in a couple of days.
Meanwhile, in the cars, it was all about Spain's Carlos Sainz, El Matador, making good use of his years of WRC experience to tame today's tough terrain and take the first stage victory in Bolivia. Next came Stéphane Peterhansel, doing exactly what he needs to do at the top of the overall leaderboard. Stay out of trouble and look after his Peugeot 3008 Dakar Maxi. The Frenchman second fastest through today. Meanwhile, Nasser Al-Attiyah is in fighting form and third fastest, but is it enough? He still believes he can win the 2018 Dakar Rally, and with the terrain changing, it will be interesting to see whether the Qatari can start to reel in the Peugeots ahead of him.
Very difficult, you know, it's raining, altitude, and yeah, it's not easy, you know, but okay, we try to manage and finish the stage.
So, as we head into the rest day of this year's event, Stéphane Peterhansel continues to dominate in the cars. Here are the results for the bike and car categories from today's stage. And here are the current overall standings. Head to redbull.com/Dakar for full results and much more.
We are joined by an absolute Dakar legend. He won in 2006. Not only that, but he is world champion alpine skier, Mr. Luc Alphon. Luc, this has been quite a Dakar, hasn't it? We've had some key players been taken out already, most notably Sam Sunderland. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's happened sometimes, but what happened to Sam can happen almost to all bikers. But when you drive fast in the sand, of course you expose yourself to some. It was not a real accident because Sam get a compression, really hard compression, and also some problem with the back and discus, and he suddenly he suffered for 15 kilometers, but he cannot go, over the pain he had, and then he stopped, and we didn't understand what was happening. I was inside the helicopter, and he was there holding the bag, but then after he almost fell on the ground, he was it was painful for him. Because it's a moment of disappointment altogether, with the pain, with retiring from the race altogether. As being a racer, I can really feel it. And when we came to him, luckily now it's not too bad, but he had, at the time he had little problems with the legs, and we were so scared because it was serious. So we called the medic and everything was done properly. And he is out of the race, so it's bad. He was the winner of last year and he was one of the contenders this year, but till now we have a very tough edition, not only for the bikers but also for the cars. The dunes are very short. It was not the temperature or the length of the stages, but it was short dunes, very soft sand. It's hard to cross, and altogether made till the race day here a very, very tough race.
I'm glad you've mentioned the cars, Luke, because another massive disappointment was Bryce Menzies, and there was a lot of hype about Bryce Menzies this year, and really it just looked like he approached that dune as if it was a trophy truck, and a trophy truck would have cleared that, but a Dakar truck wouldn't have done. What were your thoughts on Bryce's retirement?
I'm exactly like you. He was a little bit optimist. It was Danger 2 on the road book, so it's a little kick. But he is racing too much with one travel suspension, and now it's half of this. It's only for the two-wheel drive, 50 centimeters of travel for the suspensions, and they were too optimistic with Pete, and unfortunately they get a back kick and then they roll over.
The back unloaded very, very easy on that, isn't it?
When it's like that, you land on the nose, and then after you flip-flap from the front. It was a huge crash, but luckily they were safe. It's broken ankle for Pete, but compared to the accident, it's nothing. And it's also a question. It was a big challenge also for Mini to build this buggy this year and to give it to Bryce. That was the most experimented, with the two-wheel drive and the big buggy. It was a pretty early loss and a big loss for the race.
Yeah.
Early loss, and another person that we've lost very early is Sebastian Loeb. I know lots and lots of people would have had him as a firm favourite, potentially the last time that he was going to do it, certainly with Peugeot, and also, for this next step, he would have been very, very quick.
Okay, yeah, it was a little bit, we say in French, is black bread. Yeah. This first part of the rally, and he was waiting, but he did pretty good. Yeah. He was passionate. And they were pretty well ranking on the overall, and the second week was much better for him. And honestly, he was also one of my favorites. Yeah. And it was time for him to win the Dakar because he gets so much enough experience from the last editions that he was ready to win. But it's the race. Dakar is not like Formula 1. Formula 1, you can miss one GP or one weekend and you can still be world champion at the end of the season. The Dakar, you have to be clean the 14 days of the race, and that's one of the points. It's not only a question of speed, it's only a question of how to manage the every stage. Then some day you have to be passionate behind guys, on the other days then you have to follow people, and it's like this. And 2 weeks is really hard to do, and I was really sad also for the retirement of Daniel Elena and Sébastien Loeb.
Were you a firm favourite of Cyril Depré as well? Because he's another one that really everyone was expecting to be on the podium.
Yeah, he won twice the Silkway Rally, and he's very, he has a huge experience in off-road and desert. But what's happened to him? It's another thing. It's not like Bryce. It's not like Sébastien Loeb in the dunes. It's part of bad luck too. They hit a stone with the front and really destroy, not damage, destroy the rear of the car, and they lost. They lost the race. they will of course continue the race and help the two others trying to win the Dakar.
But we've got a great battle still in the cars, and I still don't think we can discount Nasser Al-Attiyah. You know, he's a long way down, but I think the Toyota's going to come into its own, particularly in this terrain. What do you make of Stéphane Peterhansel's job, though, very quickly, because I know we're running out of time.
Very quickly. So, Peterhansel is the king of the Dakar. He has the, you know, he is fast, intelligent, and like a desert fox, a real one. He has everything to win. But nothing is never over, you know, it can happen so much, and the rally is still going next week. There's still, I wanted to say a bad word, but it's really hard, no stages to come.
It's going to be a fantastic finale to the Dakar. There's still a long, long way to go. Now, tomorrow is the rest day. We are planning on catching up with all the top drivers and riders. Make sure you join us, and also you can follow everything that's happening on this year's Dakar Rally using the hashtags Rally Dakar, Red Bull Motorsports. From Luke, Alex and myself, we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.